Next, we will be sharing on the cardiovascular system. Now, you need to know what kind of stuff is the cardiovascular system responsible for carrying throughout the body. All right, the answer is in your textbook. Go find out. And cardiovascular system is a very important system of the body consisting of the circulatory system and the heart, which you can read more about in the textbook as well. So anemia is one of the common disorders of the cardiovascular system. So what's anemia? Basically, not enough hemoglobin, right? The cells don't actually get enough oxygen. This is something that you need to know. And it affects women more because during periods and pregnancy, we actually bleed more, right? We actually lose more blood. And for this condition, it is beneficial for you to use more of lemon and helichrysum, right? And try to eat foods that's red in color. Okay, that's also very beneficial. Now, for leg ulcers, it usually affects the feet, the heel, and the toes. It may come and go in a form of swelling, and it is best that you apply the recommended oils topically. Now, for poor blood circulation, obviously use oils that promote circulation, right? So, what are some of the oils that promote circulation? Lemongrass and cypress, they are great. Peppermint as well, actually. So, you can apply these oils topically. For emotional trauma, there is also another term for this. It's called broken heart syndrome. Yes, there's actually something called broken heart syndrome. So basically, it's the symptoms that comes whenever you are heartbroken or you're going through emotional trauma, and that's triggered by loss and grief. So for this, of course, the best oil will be rose. Now, rose is very healing for the emotions, emotionally balancing, and it also promotes self-love. Now, for bruising, lavender works great. You can also use cypress. You can add lemongrass to the list as well. For cold hands and feet, it's actually a sign of poor circulation. So we use oils that promote circulation and that could also be warming to the body. Now for hemorrhage, you can use geranium and helichrysum. They are great for stopping excessive bleeding. Just like we also use geranium for endometriosis earlier when there is excessive menstrual flow. Next, for hypertension. Now, for hypertension, right, it's actually high blood pressure. And we have also shared before that for people with hypertension, it's best to use lavender and ylang ylang. At the same time, you should try to stay away from peppermint and rosemary because they actually elevate the blood pressure. On the contrary, it's hypotension, which is low blood pressure. So for low blood pressure, you will want to use more of peppermint and rosemary and stay away from lavender and ylang ylang. For leukemia, now leukemia is a very serious condition. It is the cancer of blood, and it is highly recommended that you seek professional medical advice, right? And use the oils only as a complementary therapy. So for people with any form of cancer, you cannot use heart massage on them for any types of cancer. So you can only lightly brush the oils on the body. You can also apply oils to the bottoms of the feet. Now, swelling is usually caused by poor circulation and fluid retention. So use circulatory oils and diuretics. For varicose veins, lemongrass and cypress are among the favorites. Okay, this is something that you need to remember for varicose veins. Next, we have vein inflammation. As the name suggests, it is inflammation as well as blood clot of the veins. So for this, we use oils that got anti-inflammatory properties to reduce inflammation and to also promote blood flow. Now we have come to the end of chapter 4. That's all I have to share for anatomy and physiology. I will see you in chapter 6.